How's it going, everyone? This is the first episode of my new series of being prepared. Everyone needs to be prepared for things. Sometimes you can't be, but we're going to try as hard as possible to be. Uh, in this series, I'm going to go over things you can buy to help with certain situations and basically just go over what to do in these situations too and the stuff that might help you. So, first thing we're going to go over, first episode, our truck bag. Uh, you can call this an EDC bag, everyday carry bag. I call it a truck bag because I put this bag in my truck and I leave it there. About once a year, I'll go through it just to make sure I'm not in need of anything, and that's about it. And I'm gonna go over, gonna open up, look at every individual item. Gonna state why I have these items. As you can see there, you can already see stuff on here. Uh, so let's get started. So we're gonna start off quite obviously with everything that's on this outside. Uh, this aluminum bottle, single wall. This brand is a Mizu. I got this from Bespoke Post. It's part of one of my club shipments, and I actually need to wash this. I only use water in this, or occasionally soda. But reason it's important to have a single wall as opposed to a tumbler. You could get away with a tumbler, but I have this for a reason. Is for if I need to boil some water. It's not a good idea to boil water in a tumbler. They can crack, they can shatter, they can do a few other things. So single wall, put this up on my stove and burn it. And we'll boil it, pick it up, pour it into our bag, or just sterilize it, really. So, highly suggest single walled aluminum. Yep. Alright. Got anything else in there? Nope. Other pocket. I've got a tourniquet. Everyone needs to have a tourniquet on them. If you ever seen the movie 127 Hours? Having a tourniquet is for situations where you cut yourself pretty bad here, so you put your tourniquet on, and that will help stop the bleeding. You need to watch the videos on these. Watch how to use a tourniquet. I actually just got this yesterday, just last week, and it is pretty decent. I actually got two, and one's going in every single bag I can. I'm gonna put the other one in my hunting backpack. I'm gonna put one, probably not in my fishing backpack because I'll probably have this, but when I get my boat working, I will then put one in there. So, tourniquet, absolute must. Another thing everyone should have is bleed stop. Similar situation to that tourniquet. Cut your arm, you put your tourniquet on, peel the bleed stop back, you pour it on, and it'll help start clotting the wound. I have actually used this. One of my little axes, I accidentally bumped up against it, and I cut myself right there. Due to the location of that, it's very hard to get a band-aid on. So me and my dad put some bleed stop on there, and that actually sealed it up pretty good, long enough for me to get a good band-aid and take care of it that way. So, and you need to have not a plethora, but I have, I think, 3 or 4 packages in here, and this is made in America. I would buy made in America products, period, if you could. Alright, done there. So, let's move on. You might be wondering, oh, what's this? This is a paracord. And funny enough, this actually was a previous dog of mine's collar. she broke it, and I carry it on here in case I ever need some paracord. And I have actually used it, but it's kind of nice. I could wrap it up again, and probably should one day. I got it on a carabiner here. On this carabiner, I have handcuff keys, which I got when I was in Fire Academy, and I picked them up in the parking lot because Police Academy was going through handcuffs and they lost their keys. I also have this, the M48 can opener. M48? I think so, that's what it's called. This is a Coghlan's brand. I bought this because in my camp box, the cheap can openers don't last. So I figured I'd buy one of these just in case. It came in a 2-pack, so I put this on here. This is great because in my truck I have emergency food that is in the form of sardines that you need a can opener to open. So got that. Highly suggest this. You definitely need paracord. Like the way this is set up, and yeah. Another thing we got, flashlight. Just a simple pin light. This is the only light I have in here, only flashlight. I don't carry a bunch of flashlights in this because in my toolbox in my truck, which this is inside my truck, I carry a floodlight, a flashlights, some headlamps, and I also have a spotlight. So I'm covered in the light department. I don't need to carry another one. This is just really for convenience. And that's the thing about these backpacks. Just fit them to your use. That's the best part. There is no set standard. Knife. This is just a cheap little knife I got from Atwoods. Not super great, not bad. But it's nice. It fits right there and it's perfect. So you might be wondering about the bag. The bag is outdoor products I bought from Walmart. It's kind of small for this. I'm kind of maxed out. I got some other things we're going to go over in a minute that are things I could put in here, maybe should. But, so, let's open up the bag. Alright, got the pocket open. Got BC powder, pain relief for headaches and body aches. I got these at the gas station. I was having bad headaches, but they went away before I got to use them. And it works great in here. They got an expiration date. Expires 09 of 2023, so this year I'll have to replace them. Yep. That's the other thing about some of this stuff. You have to keep track of expiration dates and stuff. Next, some motion sickness relief pills. I got this at my local store, but it is expired. But there's one of those things, I've never opened it. The pills are sealed. So for right now, for this next 6 months, there's no reason to replace it right away. Got some Advil allergy and congestion relief. Let's check that. Expiration date. Where are you at? Expired 2 years ago. So we're gonna throw that away. These are some generic over-the-counter allergy medicine I picked up a couple weeks ago when I was having some bad allergies. I still got 3 pills. This one over here is crushed and kind of a pain to. These aren't super great, but they're great in a pinch. Alright, let's see. Got some Band-Aids. Alright. That's nice. What's this? Looks like a folded up piece of paper. Which I think is a good idea to have a notepad or some folded up paper, just because you might need to leave a note somewhere. Maybe you get in an accident and you decide to walk so you write a note down saying the direction you're leaving. Definitely have that. Got 2 pens and a marker. Those go with the note. Multi-tool. I'll probably end up replacing this just because it's a super cheap one, and I don't like multi-tools. I like the high dollar ones because they work, but I don't like the cheap ones. If I remember correctly, this didn't have a can. Oh yeah, it does. It does have a can opener, which I just discovered last week, but it doesn't look like it's a good one, so luckily I've got a spare. Some medical shears or scissors. These are great for cutting open shirts. You can cut through a penny with them. These are kind of left over from my EMT Academy days. This one's made in Pakistan. You can buy these at almost anywhere at this point. Gas stations sell them, and they work really well. And this is really for, say I've got long shirt on or something happens, I need to get to the wound, I can just cut the shirt off and get to the wound. So, just make sure. Alright, nothing else in those 2 pockets. Got emergency poncho, another emergency poncho, and an emergency survival blanket. You might be wondering, why only 2 ponchos? So I have a rule. In my truck, there's a capacity of 4 people. Generally, I can only fit 2. And that includes me, due to the fact I have stuff in my truck. So I carry enough stuff for the people who might ride in my truck. So I have 2 extra ponchos. I'm probably going to get another one, just because they are super cheap. But I myself have my own high dollar rain gear in my truck that stays in my truck year round. Only time it doesn't is I will take my rain bibs out and put my insulated bibs in during winter, and that's only because my insulated bibs are not waterproof, but waterproof treated, I guess. So these are for people who will need them, who are potentially in the truck, not for my use. I don't want to use them. Emergency blanket, great thing to have. Hopefully you never need one. I think that's about it in this bag. Alright. And as you saw with the knife, these little straps and everything, they are so handy. You can clip to them, you can put stuff through them, and it's just so handy. Alright, let's see. My JJ's knife kit. You might be wondering, why do I have a knife kit? Well, it's not. I just have the can. This is my fire starter kit. Sorry, I just blanked on that. And I've got striking pad, waterproof matches. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I have 10 matches, 10 waterproof matches. That's enough to get started. I have some cardboard, which is really just kind of an extra fire starter, just tinder kit. That's what I was trying to think of. Also have these. These are Coghlan's fire starters, or tinder balls. It's really compressed cotton, I think, and this will burn like for 7 minutes. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Got 2 more I'm going to put in here if I can. Also got this. This is a great fire starter. It is literally, it's from Duraflame. It's a Fire Start Cube, and I use this in when I'm barbecuing. Also have an extra regular match. I have a little knife here. This is in here just in case I need to, maybe I lose the Atwoods one and I have a spare. I know it's really small. I mean, look, it's smaller than my finger is. But the other part of this is, say you have a branch. In order to start a fire on that branch, you do some shaving. You can make a tinder ball on the end of that branch, and you need a knife to do that. That's why I have this one. So, let's put all that back in here. These waterproof matches, I think, are Umco. I got them off of Amazon. Let's see if I can fit these other two in here. Ah, yes, I can. And boom. Another thing with this scrap of paper, another thing you can do is put it in your tinder kit as just another fire starter item. Appears that's a little bit too big for that. These little cans, the Altoid cans, these things are amazing. Just for little storage like that, it's amazing what you can do with them. So I highly suggest you keep them. Fire starter. I got ferro rod on this side, magnesium on this side. So you can take this little chain off, you scrape the magnesium, then you gotta take the chain off. Whatever. But it's a great little thing to have. It goes alongside fire starter kit, our tinder kit. I love these little magic towels. My mom gets them for us for Christmas every couple years, and they are great just because they're folded up so tight. And if I need to, I can pull the plastic off, unwind it, and boom, I've got my own little towel. I've had dozens of them and they work great. They last forever. Other thing, navigation compass. This is not a super high dollar one. And this kit's very affordable. I don't have anything that would be considered top of the line, high dollar. Everything was bought off of either Amazon, I sourced locally, or I just had. So one thing that I would highly suggest is learning how to orienteer yourself. Because being able to walk, okay, I know my town is east of me. Okay. East is that direction. Not that direction, that direction. So, that's great to have the compass. Another thing though, it helps you pinpoint locations, and orienteering is a skill that most people should learn, in my opinion, in their lifetime. So, I actually bought this for my bug out kit, but I figured it'd be much more handy in here. And just having it, you don't have to have a orienteering compass, just a regular compass, just so you can keep going the same direction. It's so amazing in those situations. Alright, that's it for that pocket. Let's check out the big pocket. Alright. As I said, notepad. I got this at the Earth Day show. Didn't buy it, it was a freebie. Supposedly it's biodegradable, but whatever. It's great. More fire starter. I'm probably going to take this one out just because I don't really need it, because I have my tinder kit and I have some more fire starter material in my truck, and I really don't need this much. So this I'm going to take out, but this is a good thing to have. The other thing they make is a compressed disc, and it's a Coghlan brand. You buy it for like $1, and they work really well. So we're going to set this to the side. I don't need that anymore. Now, we've got some gauze, some athletic tape, and some medical tape. All these, you must have these if you're going to have the beginning of this kit. These are more important than everything else I've talked about, except for the tourniquet and the bleed stop. Everything else comes after these. I just picked these up slowly over time. I've got athletic tape from Dollar Tree, the medical tape I think my dad gave me, and the gauze I'm not sure where I got. I think I stole them from work. So I'll put those over here. I'm going to these two at the same time. So this might seem a little redundant, and it's really just because I have two of these. I'm not going to take this out. I'm going to look at it and see what else I have. Just see what's in it. But this is a Coghlan's survival kit. It's basically what this is, but a little smaller, a little different. And I got this from one of my my aunt was running a garage sale, and this was there, and I bought some other stuff, and she just gave me this. This came with it, so I'll keep these two together. Survival guide. Probably not super. I mean, the survival guide's actually pretty good looking at it now. So, definitely gotta keep that. Let's look at what's in here. Got a light stick. I'm not sure if that works because this is kind of old. The bag itself is waterproof. So that's good. Got a rain poncho. I don't have to buy another one. Another Mylar blanket. Couple fire sticks here, it looks like. Coghlan makes a really good fire starter that's like a stick, and it's compressed wood and everything. It's got a pencil, a candle, band-aids, alcohol, prep pads, some gauze. I think this is just like signal tape. Not really tape, but just let's just call it tape. If you're gonna walk in a direction, you leave a trail with that. Pull off 6 inches, tie it on a tree, walk 100 yards, pull off 6 inches, that kind of thing. Got a whistle. Let's see what else we got. I'll open it up. I have opened it up before. I'm just not taking anything out. I don't want to have to put it all back in there. Alright. I'll take this top piece off. Yeah, just so we can see what's in it. But yeah, that's about it. There's a little compass inside the tape. Let's see if the whistle works. I guess the whistle works. Excellent. Very important to have a whistle. I did not have one on this bag, despite knowing their importance. Let's see what's in this. Oh, I've got a little fishing line set up in here. I've got a sewing needle, some thread, safety pins. Looks like some shoelaces, maybe just some cordage. It's got a snare wire. That's greatness. So this is actually a pretty good little kit, all in all. It is, I would say, a slightly more advanced kit than your average one. So definitely keep this. I actually never intended to put it in the truck. I kind of intended just to throw it away, but it's so good there's no reason not to use it. It combined with its survival guide. Maybe Coghlan still makes this, I'm not sure. Coghlan's is, I like a lot of their stuff. I'm buying a lot of their stuff, and a lot of their equipment, their bags, their fire starters, all of that, I have yet to find a problem with any of them. That's how good they are. So, highly suggest looking at their brands. They are kind of cheaper than other places, but these two things. These are two maps. I probably won't keep these for super long anymore. One of these is, I think I got this from my grandmother and this from my great grandmother or something. It's a fold out map. Problem is it's really so. Good Lord. Learning how to read that in an emergency would not be fun. This one's a little bit bigger. I'm not going to fold this one out because this one's paper, this one's not. The reason I say I'm probably not going to keep these is I will probably end up getting a road atlas and putting it in here. I'll probably actually upgrade backpacks at that point, but the road atlas be a little bit better, a little bit more thorough, and less. I might have to have a magnifying glass to read this and figure out where I'm at. It really is. Texas is just too big for the map. Alright. But definitely have a map of the state that you live in or that you're going in, or just period. So, move on to the next thing. 3 road flares. Actually, these are marine flares, or safety flares. I got these from I didn't buy these. I bought a boat that had a couple emergency kits. So I went through all of them and made one, and that one stays in my in the shop, and it goes out with me on every boat trip I go. And the other one I just kind of cannibalized for myself. So definitely have flares. 3 road flares is a great thing, I think. Maybe 4 be a bit too much. Not sure. Is there an expiration date on these? These are for highway emergencies, 15 minutes burn time. I don't see an expiration date on these, so I guess not. I might end up replacing them just because they are kind of old, but put these over here. Now this. You might be looking at this gun. Oh my God, he's got a gun. It's a flare gun. First of all, I'll show y'all. Nope, it's not loaded. I'll leave that open for y'all. So, flare gun. Definitely useful for emergencies. I'm in one of the places I go hunt a lot. It would be really hard to describe where it's at to someone who doesn't know coming from the road, but it's on a lake. So I could pull this out and shoot it if the authorities or medical extract was looking for me. This is kind of old. These flare shotgun shells are 2 inches. They're Orion brand. You see, they go in there. And the reason these are 2 inches is because, as you can see, there's this little line here. The barrel closes a little to ensure that you can't put a regular shotgun shell in here and pull the trigger. By the way, don't do that and expect good results. You could buy a steel barrel one and have a little bit better, but it's not going to work. It's going to shatter the barrel if you're lucky. But I have some mini shotgun shells that fit in there perfect, and it is honest to God. Although there's 3 of them on here, 3 shells on here. If I did that, I'd be able to shoot it 1 time, and this is literally only because it's the only thing I have, and there's a bear or someone's trying to kill me. That's it. So, I'll put that to the side. But flare gun, I would highly consider it for any emergency bag you have. You might wonder what this is. A bag within a bag. This is actually my first aid kit. I bought this at Academy about 10 years ago. See, I do have some more clotting agents. This actually expired. Feels real loose, so I'm going to keep it in here. Some of the expiration dates are really just a way to protect the company from getting sued. And that's just all it is sometimes, so that could very well be perfectly fine. So, I've never opened this, and I won't open it. It does come out. Oh shit. Hey, it had more stuff in it than I thought. It has a little pocket right here. Let's see, we got the name right there. Voodoo Tactical. Okay. Not sure if that's just a bag or what. Has aspirin tablets, gloves. That's the only other thing I really haven't put in here. So that's actually good. I'm glad I just discovered that. See, we're learning. We're all learning right here. Put that back there. Got gauze, medical tape, not athletic tape, but flexible tape, and just different size pads and trauma shears inside. So, and it is a Ziploc baggie. Excellent. I still will not open it till the day I need it. Alright. I love this little bag. If I wanted to, I could probably mount it to the outside here and it not be a big issue. So put that to the side. Wet wipes, baby wipes, however you want to think they are, that's what they are. 72 count. Probably need to reduce, don't need this big one, but definitely need this. Nothing sucks worse than having to poop without toilet paper of any kind. So emergency food ration bar. Actually bars, but 2,400 calories. That's a lot. For one setting, that's a lot. This is apple cinnamon, naturally and artificially flavored, vacuum packed for a long shelf life. 5-year shelf life, actually. And this expired earlier this year. I've actually ate one of these and they're terrible. I didn't eat all of it, but I ate some of it. It was, honest to God, one of the worst things I've ever ate. But see it real well on the back. It comes in little tablets, and you break the tablets off, and that's your little meal for the day. And then in a survival situation, which kind of the only situation I would eat this, especially because I have other food in my truck that I would eat well over this. It's better to eat every couple of hours than it is 1 or 2, maybe even 3 big meals. So you got 6 little squares, eat 6 times throughout the day. It's just better for you. Manufactured in 2018, so I bought this in 2018-ish. I am going to keep it in here just because, like I said, I will end up replacing this within a year. I try only go about a year over the expiration date. That is me. That is not advice for you. So, this is a great thing to keep in here. And that's it. That's everything in the bag. I'll show you the bags. I mean, it's pretty simple. It does kind of have, I think you can put a camel pack in here, and that's kind of it, really. It's not super big. It's everything I have that's probably a bit too much, about 10%, 20% too much. I mean, I have 72 wipes here. I don't need 72 wipes. So, I'm gonna put everything back up and I'll get back to y'all. Alright, to recap, I will be getting some different wet wipes just because I don't want a 75-pound or 72 wipes. I'm gonna try and get a small one. Fire starter I don't really need because I have my tender kits. I'm gonna go over other things I should keep in this kit, or that you should keep in this kit. First of all, some soap. I'm actually gonna put this in here just in case. And I get this soap from when I stay at hotels. Just take the soap with you and it's nice and good. Alright. This is a match holder. So it unscrews, I'll unscrew it, and it holds your matches, keeps them dry. And this is one I think with my great grandfather, and it's full of matches. I will tell you, if you use this, just think the reason you're using this out in the woods for survival is because you're probably frozen or maybe you're cold, so you need to keep it kind of loose on the matches. You need to open it up and go and throw out matches. See, I had 3 fall out, but I still can't get to my strike block. So I got a bit too many matches in there, unfortunately. And I have a mixture of waterproof and regular matches. I have my waterproof ones just in case. My regular matches is for, say I get stranded in the woods, but it's not really because I'm wet or anything and I need to make a fire. I've got regular matches so I don't use up all my waterproof ones. So we'll put all those back in there. And one way to tell, obviously, got it. You can hear them jump up and down, so that's greatness. These are really good. I have a couple different kinds, and boom, waterproof. So then I could just put it here, and boom, it stays there. Since I already have a tender kit with matches, I'm not going to leave it there. So put this right here. Knife, well, utensil kit. If you ever get to a place where like you need to, same situation. We're going to use the same situation for all of this. Going to be lost in the woods, and all you have is this backpack. So let's say you have some different food, some different freeze-dried food in here. You got your water, you boiled up some stuff, and you need your utensils to eat it. You could obviously go many different routes. This is a utensil kit that was my great-grandfather's or my grandfather's, I'm not sure which one. And its greatness comes with can opener, well, it's bottle opener, but butter knife, fork, spoon. I actually think the butter knife comes from a different kit just because it doesn't match the other two. But I use this kit a lot. I actually use it in my lunchbox more than anything, but I did used to have a plastic set, but I hated it because I tried to use it on a steak and the fork wouldn't go into the steak. So gonna buy probably another set of these. I think Coghlan still makes them, so another win for Coghlan if they do. All right, I'm gonna bring these two out. Charger, just in case maybe you're not stranded in the woods, maybe you just need to charge your phone. Obviously you need to have that in there. I don't yet because I have another one in my truck. power bank. Very, very important. This is an Armstrong 10,000, I think, milliamp hours is the way I'm reading that. This is $20. It works great. I was able to charge my phone 5-6 times off of this. I bought this a couple months ago. I have a code on here that if I lost this in the woods, someone could pick up this and go, oh crap, that's Logan's. How can you tell? Because he puts this on everything. And I'm probably going to do one day if I get real big. If you can figure out what this code means, it's 1584. If you can figure out what that means, I will reward you greatly. But just got to keep it charged up. I need to charge it up. There's another option to this. They make disposable power banks for emergency situations. They come in little, I'm not sure what packaging because I haven't bought one, because I'm not going to buy one because I have these. But they're good for like one charge on your phone, maybe two, and then you pull it out and you throw it away. The best part about those, and the thing I don't have with this, is on those disposables, you buy them to fit your phone. So if you have a lightning charger, you buy it with the lightning charger cable that's already attached to the power bank. Or if you use a USB type C, it has that. This, I obviously need a charging cable. I should probably buy a couple more of those just in case. But power banks are kick-ass. You get this at Harbor Freight. So definitely need that. This is kind of might seem a little interesting to some of y'all. Cleansing wipes and makeup removing wipes. I get these also at my hotels whenever I stay for work. You might be wondering, why would a man need makeup removing towelettes? Well, I use them for face paint, but there's other reasons to use them. They're alcohol free. It could just get your hands clean or something. These are something that you can use. There's multiple uses for these. So, Zippo lighter. I like the Zippo just because it's cool as hell. I always wanted a Zippo. I have one now. You need a lighter, obviously, for fire starting, but maybe it can be like Fifth Element where you got to save the world just because you have a lighter or matches. But you never know when you need a lighter. If I cut off, let's say I needed this paracord, I cut this off, and you see how this one's already unraveling. I could flip open my lighter, burn the end, seal it up. I will say only problem with Zippo lighters is because you have to fill them up with fuel a lot. I don't use mine anymore because of that. But you could obviously get a cheap lighter and just throw it in there. So, another good option is another water bottle. Got Military Canteen, which once again I think is a Coghlan's brand. I got this at the Army Navy store a long time ago. I do actually use this occasionally. I used it at work a few weeks ago when I forgot my water, and they didn't have bottled water. I wasn't going to buy any either, and this was in my truck. Actually, there's some water in it. So, but this is also good just because, like, the single walled aluminum bottle, I can put this on my stove and boil the water in this. But like this one, it's a Stanley thermos basically. The point is, you're gonna boil your water in this, you pour it in here, boil some more, and you have 2 water containers. Yeah, 2. Yeah, but you got an extra water container, and this is the same situation I was talking about earlier. You're lost in the woods, you're preparing for the night. Preparing and all that. Being prepared is the key to all of this. So, Great. I highly suggest a canteen. They're fun. It's a conversation piece. Sewing kit. You might be surprised on that a little bit. If you remember, my Coghlan's survival kit had a little sewing kit in it too. I bought this at Dollar Tree. It's $1.25. This isn't just for sewing though. This is more of a representation because I don't own one yet. I'll have a staple gun coming in a couple weeks from now. And what this is representative of is sutures. You know, sewing up, doing all of that in case you get a cut. I have a staple gun coming in. It will have, so you can just staple it, and it'll have 10 sutures that are sterile, sealed up. This is just representative of that. Maybe it's not. Maybe I could use the string on here as fishing line. I could bend the needle as a hook. This is very useful, and comes in its own little case. Last two items that I have right here. Knife sharpener. This one is Work Sharp. Does not tell me the model, so I got this from Bespoke. So obviously you need a way to sharpen your knife if in the situation. I already have the pocket knives. This is my More knife. Knife. That's the way I pronounce it. More knives. Comes in this nice little plastic sheath. Love these sheaths. Probably can't do it on this one. I could on another one. But nice high carbon steel blade. Stays sharp. Great for gutting animals. If you're going to say that's not a good survival knife because you can't baton with it, don't baton. We don't baton. We're adults. We have axes. We have machetes for batoning. You don't use this. This is a knife. You use it for knife stuff. It's just I've watched so many videos of people like, I'm going to use this as a survival knife. Then they pick up a club and they break it. Why are you batoning this knife? So I use this one as a skinning knife. It's pretty sharp. It stays sharp. I mean, and they're fairly inexpensive. So if I lose this, I can quite easily get another one. But the reason I'm using this is just because if you didn't want to use a pocket knife, this would be a really good backup, or just period. Maybe just have your own survival knife. It's just, you can go with a fixed blade knife or the folding blade pocket knife. Some other things you might notice I didn't mention. Talked about boiling water, but I don't have a stove or any fuel for that. I have a stove that stays in my truck separate, and I have another stove that stays in my toolbox. So I have a pocket stove that stays inside my cab with a canister of butane, and I have a 2-burner Coleman propane stove that stays in my toolbox. The 2-burner stove is really just for if I'm working out of town and I want to cook something, or if it's lunch, or if I'm at the beach. That's just what that's for. The pocket stove never leaves the cab of the truck. It stays there, and it's for that purpose entirely. One other thing you could put in here, bottled water. Highly suggest that. Obvious reasons, boiling it. Well, you probably don't need boil. But if you need to boil it for other freeze-dried food, there's the freeze-dried food where you boil water in it and you pour it in the bag and you have your eggs and bacon. I actually have several of those packages in my truck, so that's a good example. But yeah, so I've got my little pocket stove separate, and I also have a little lantern that runs off of butane. So I've got a little lantern that runs off of butane too. I will do a video just on what I keep in the cab of my truck, and then I'll do a video of my toolboxes. But that's everything for the truck bag. I actually sell this kit on eBay at my store, Adventure Rigs Outdoors. I think it's $170. I'd have to check on it again. But there's some stuff that will be missing just from the fact that I like to keep it to where you, the purchaser, can put some of your own things in there. This just takes care of the basics. Maybe you want a stove, maybe you don't. So that's about it there. If you like this video, please subscribe, please comment, please like. As I said at the beginning, this is going to be a new series. I'm still working on the name, but for now we're just going to call it Being Prepared, or Preparedness Series, or whatever. And I'm just going to go over stuff that I have in case of certain situations. I'll do a bug out bag, probably my next episode. Maybe just do my truck. And we're just going to find out, work through being prepared for everything. So, if you like this episode, as I said before, like and subscribe. If you have an idea for an episode or products that you want me to review, I will gladly do that. Just comment and let me know. So, this is Logan. I'll see you next time.